Welcome to part 63 of the book of Isaiah, the prophet, June the 8th, 2024 by man's calendar. And we're going to get right back into this word because, it's really starting to take on some really meaningful attributes. I'm going to go back into that verse 3 again, because I want us to talk this out. This is what to study to show thyself approved means, to really get in deep into the scriptures and verses to seek to understand them. As I was saying, we're going to jump straight back into this word, and we are really going to try to get into verse 3 a little bit here. I want to make sure people are understanding what they read. This is the Lord warning us that this was going to happen. Okay, this is a prophecy. This is Isaiah, the prophet, prophesying. He's prophesying to us. He's telling us what's coming. And you might say, oh, well, that's already happened. Excuse me. Oh, bless myself. Thank you, Lord. Dust or anything will cause you to sneeze. I don't have the vid. Relax. I don't have the plagues. God is a healer of all things. He doesn't need pharmakia to perform his miracles. Anyways, jumping back into this at verse 3. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to idols and to charmers. That's those people that, like politicians that have this charismatic personality that can baffle you into believing something's different than it is, or to manipulate you. This is the kind of thing that people want. You want to go to these people instead of to God. So the Lord's going to let you have, go to your idols and your charmers and so forth. They're going to go to their idols and their charmers, and to them with familiar spirits and to wizards. What are familiar spirits? We looked that up once before. We sure did. We looked that up once before. Familiar spirits. Familiar spirits are supernatural beings interdimensional beings, like woo aliens, or spiritual guardians that appear in European folklore from the medieval and early modern periods. They are believed to help witches and other practical divination and spiritual insight. In some depictions, familiars were low-ranking demons that could take the shape of animals like toads, dogs, insects, or black cats. Insects or black cats or dogs or toads. They could also be described as I don't know how to pronounce that one word. Fantasy characters that were a combination of multiple animals. Now, do we see stuff like this much? The world has conditioned us by these movies and things not to believe in such things, but they're still right around us. They're still right around us. And these things are still happening. They're still using these insects and things like this. Next time you get insects in your home and it's unexplained how they keep getting in or so forth, you might want to consider the fact that maybe there's a witch or a warlock or something of this nature, or a wizard, that could possibly be conjuring against you. Or next time a black cat just shows up out of the blue. No, this is not superstition. This is talking about biblical stuff. And yes, these people are actually inside the churches today practicing their beliefs, and they call themselves prophetess. The women do. The males, I guess, would call themselves prophets. See, not all prophets and prophetess are of the Lord. And if they're of the Lord, you're going to know it. And it's not just by the fruits of the Spirit, but are they living this word? Or they just, do they study this word? Do they care about this word? Do they care about Jesus? If they care about the Lord, they're not going to accept false doctrines. If they don't care about the one true faith, then they're definitely not a prophetess or a prophet of God. They're familiars. They have a familiar spirit, which we just read is a demon. And the Egyptians will, I'm going on into verse 4 now. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. And the water shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up. Don't tell me this has happened already, because we just now got the Euphrates drying up. We just now got the waters all drying up. Don't be trying to tell me that Isaiah's prophecy on this has already occurred. And they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of defense shall be emptied and dried up. The reeds and flags shall wither. The paper reeds by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks shall wither and be driven away and be no more. The fishers also shall mourn, and all they that cast angle into the brooks shall lament, and they that spread nets upon the waters shall languish. Oh boy, those of you that love to fish, you better be getting in what you can, because that's going to go poof, bye-bye. It's going to languish. It's going to be no more. Moreover, they that work in fine flax, and they that weave networks. Now, that don't mean networks as in the World Wide Web. That's networks as in they that weave the nets for these fishers that throw the nets off the boats, the big nets for the big fishermen that bring in big hauls of fish all at one time. This is talking about the nets that they have, them weave nets. They that weave networks shall be confounded, and they shall be broken in the purposes thereof. All that make silos and ponds for fish. Any of y'all like to go to them paid lakes and whatnot? They're gonna be gone. Surely the princes of Zoan are fools. The counsels of the wise counselors of Pharaoh is become brutish. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of the ancient kings? Where are they? Where are thy wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know what the Lord of hosts has proposed unto Egypt. The princes of Zoan are become fools. The princes of Noph are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, even they that are the stay of the tribes thereof. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Gross. But this is coming. This is coming. This is where y'all want to go, as to your idols and to your witchcraft. Even your sciences. That is still a form of witchcraft. And this is what you want. So get ready to stagger in your own vomit. I'll see you in the next part, and we're going to continue this chapter.